Good morning, everybody. Today is on the 13th of July. My name is Nick. Welcome to the Market Brief by Anzo Capital Kenya. Today, we're going to be checking on fundamentals. We're going to see on what's driving the market this week, and we're going to see on the technical outlook on what we did last week versus what we expect to see today on Euro dollar and XAU USD. All right. So now, before we get started, I want us to talk about the next 5 days. What can drive the market the next 5 days, or what will be driving the market? Definitely the next 5 days. We're gonna start with today. First of all, everybody's eyes on oil. We want to see how oil opens the market, how it's gonna be moving. Why are we doing this? Because during the weekend we had the closure of the Strait of Hormuz. Of course, that's gonna be bringing, of course, us delay on the oil production and oil supply. The Strait of Hormuz carries like around 20% of the oil global the world oil supply that goes through there. So once the fact that it's closed over the weekend, it means that the market is going to be reacting when the market opened today. When we're looking at the London Open getting to open in the next few, then we're looking at the New York session opening in the evening as well. So we need to keep an eye very well to just see how the market reacts to the Hormuz closure. Okay, tomorrow we're going to be looking at the CPI. We're going to be having the CPI inflation data coming in out as well. This happens to be the main US inflation report, and it measures, of course, how much price or everyday prices get to raise or fall depending on the inflation, the hikes that are there, of course. So these are the prices of the commodity, the basic commodities that you check on, and definitely if the price goes up, it shows that the economy is actually it boosts the economy. If the market goes down, it's actually eating from the economy, of course. So that report is going to be coming out tomorrow. It's going to be on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we're looking at the PPI report, which is going to be the inflationary report as well. So, Raji, walk with me here. All right, so the CPI tomorrow, Wednesday, we're looking at the PPI coming out over here. All right, so that will be measuring in production. All right, so producer prices, and often look at the early reactions of the inflation that is coming out in the economy. All right. So Thursday we're gonna be having the retail sales. Let's check on Thursday, and of course the same Wednesday we have a lot happening on the other currencies, not the USD. But then we're gonna be having the chairman Walsh, the Fed chairman will be speaking. It's gonna be testifying at 5 p.m. on the same Wednesday. The rest is gonna be affecting the Canadian dollar over here. On Thursday, we have the Philly Fed Manufacturing Index, of course, that's going to be there, and the retail sales as well. It's going to be coming in, of course. This is how much the consumer spends at a retail stores. It's going to be giving a data on how much basic consumer, spend on the retail shops. Which provides a key indicator of the customer spending and at the strength of the US at the moment, right, or the US economy. Okay, so the more the people spend, it shows that the economy is actually better for people who are able to spend. If the people are spending less, then it's bad because again, there's no money in circulation, so it's getting bad for the economy, right? That's Thursday. The same Thursday, of course, we have the Philly Manufacturing Index, the Philly Fed Manufacturing, or the Philly Fed Index, if you want to call it. This will be measuring the activity in the Philadelphia region and provide an early snapshot of the US economic conditions that are coming out over there. Then we're going to be having on Friday, you have the consumer sentiment over here. Number one, we're going to be having the consumer sentiment coming out. Basically, consumer sentiment. When you talk about consumer sentiment, you're looking at we are the consumers ourselves. Okay, so what are you looking at? It's just a measure on how consumer feel when it comes to the economy itself. Okay, so how do we, as the consumer, or whatever the people in the US, because again this affects the US, how do they feel about the economy? Of course, or stuff like personal finances and future economics conditions. How do they feel about it? So there's a sentiment over there that comes out, the expectations, and then you have the prelim UN consumer sentiment as well. All right. So that's a catch up on the fundamentals, what we expect this week. So we're gonna jump straight to our analysis and look at gold first. This is what we did on Friday. We're looking for sales below this point, and you can see the sales are really doing well. The market is still pushing down. If you're still on the sales, you could actually even hold in. Just put your stop loss above this point and continue pushing down. We're gonna be doing, of course, a fresh new analysis. So the buys did happen, but the sales happened very, very well on Euro USD. Euro USD, we had the same thing, hit take profit on the sales. So we had the market pushing down as well. We're looking for sales below this point as it again, and we had the market, of course, push cross all the way down and came back up, gave you a second chance to take another trade over here. And this was my place for I took the second trade over here. So I had the first trade over here that went down over here, and since my stop loss was on break even, I was like, okay, let it come back, let me see how it goes. Then yeah, unfortunately came back to break even, took me out on a 0-0. But then when I realized the market had formed such a thing, if you love following candlesticks, you'll notice that this candle over here, let me remove this so that you can see. If you love following candlestick, you'll know that what pattern this candlestick over here is, all right? This is the evening star, all right? This is the evening star over here. We have a green candle over here, then a green candle, but indecision candle, and then the next candle closes below. It closes below both of these two candles. So my entry was over here this time, and boom, take profit, because the market closed at this point and then opened today and went all the way to take profit. So that's what a really good call over there. So congratulations to everybody that took the Euro USD and the gold on Friday. And here we are, right? Starting a good week is really super nice. Open starting a week with a profit, right? I know it's something that we held from last week, but it is what it is. Still a profit, yeah. All right. So let's do a fresh new analysis for gold and a fresh new analysis on the Euro USD and see what we're gonna be keeping our eyes on today. All right. So remove every other analysis over here. Remove everything over here. Once you do that, we'll come over here and say we're gonna do a multi-time frame analysis like we always do, right? So I'm gonna be looking at the highs and the lows. So this is the high over here, right? 1 minute. Yes. Okay, over there. Monthly high, monthly low. We're still in the same point over here. Still the market is bouncing at that area. Identifying those huge areas where the market could be rejected, it's really important for us to do that. All right, so that's the daily highs. Of course, I can't ignore all these other areas, but you cannot factor them in as we go down. But then again, the lows of the daily, allow me to say these are the lows of the daily so far over here, where the body is over here. All right, the current candle is still trying to break, but it hasn't broken yet. So there, hasn't broken yet. So let's see. There we are. 4 hours high, 4 hours low, and the market is bouncing on the 4 hours low, which happens to be also the daily low. So let's see. All right, here we are. 30 minutes sitting on it over here. 30 minutes. Okay, 30 minutes. I'm gonna identify this as the 30 minutes high. All right, see this place over here? A lot of rejections been happening over here, and I need to also have this side as well. It's nice. Look at how the market is moving over here. But that's clean setup over here. There's some clean setups coming in over here. Seems like it's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day. Of course. Sorry. So right now, if you look at it right now, let me go down. Yeah, 15 minutes, same old. Yeah. Whatever. Okay. Yeah, we could drop this one. Okay. So right over here, I'm gonna want to see what do we have on the left. Oh, it's clean move on the left. I'm gonna have to see a break below this point, to be honest. Short position, I'm gonna take sales from below that point. Stop loss above that resistance or that support. So of course, it's gonna be a resistance zone this time. Once the market closes, or once the market crosses below and closes above, or below, sorry, not above. Yeah, that's gonna be my entry point. All right. So over here, yeah, you could take these as potential buys above, right over here. Sorry, what am I writing? Potential buys above. We could say the 4065 area. 4065. 4066 area over there. To get a close of a candle above that point, that could be a nice place to start looking for the buys. Risk manage your account well, of course. Have your stop loss somewhere affordable. Don't put up stop loss that is way too far. Right? I'm gonna put it like that. I'll put something like it way too far that's gonna get you all confused. These would be the best places for buys over here. See across above this point. Gonna have some very nice run over there. But anyway, it is like we're saying it is. Alright. We're gonna clone that, we're gonna paste it over here. Oh boy. Yeah. So potential cells below here, below the 40, 45 area, 40, 47 over there. So yeah, get up. So we're gonna be having this. This is what I'm gonna be looking at. If I get a candle close below this point, I would like to fill this wick. Once I fill this wick, I want to fill this clean area on the left over here, just to go all the way down to this point. That's gonna be really good. On the other side over here, you will break above this point. I want to go to this top over here and then continue pushing all the way up. You could have another resistor level over here, but with good pressures, we should pass. We should pass that area very well with no biggie. All right, that's it for gold. Let's check on Euro USD again. Fresh new analysis. Remove every other drawing. Sorry. Then go down to monthly multi-time frame analysis. Gonna be holding it out over here, right over there. All right. See, the market is seated. All right, sorry. The market is seated on the monthly support. Market is seated on the monthly support. So. All right, we have a weekly high, weekly low, same place, daily. All right, adjust that one. Daily low, daily high. Sorry, daily highs over here. Daily low is over here. All right, 4 hours. All right, we adjust that a bit. 4 hours, we're here. We're looking at an area like this one being a low. Then again, the market has already, over here. And then 1 hour. 1 hour, we got the highs over here. I need to push this one up. 1 hour, we got the highs. There's highs over here. 30 minutes. There we go. 30 minutes over there. Okay. Good. So we have a gap over here, and this gap is getting filled right now. So if I get this candle closing above this point, like if it closes the way it is right now, it's closing in the next. It's actually no. This one has already closed 50 minutes. So yeah. Honestly, at this point, this could be a very nice. I just want this candle to continue pushing up. Could be a nice entry for the buys, to be honest. Could be a very nice entry for the buys. First of all, hit this point as a take profit. First of all, no. This is a weak fill. Weak fill could. It's not even worth it, honestly. You know what? Let's just do normal analysis. It's not a weak feel, it's a gut feel. But it's as good as roasted already. No need. No need to remember what I told you. You don't chase the market. Don't force it to opportunities that are not there. Potential buys. Get out. Potential. Come on. Buys above here. And then we're gonna be having the sells closing on the low side over here. Nice. And then continuation. Oh no, man. Then continuation on the downside down there. So something like that. So we're gonna be keeping an eye on that to see how the market unfolds. On gold, super. I'm placing all my eyes on gold today. I really need to catch something to start. But well, did close well last Friday, but no, I kind of want to start the week good. Usually like to start the week good with a high probability trade. Yeah. So let's see how that behaves today. This is what we're gonna be doing for today. This is all for today, and keep an eye on those fundamental events that are happening this week. All right. Don't risk more than you can afford to lose. Risk manage your account. Trade what you see, not what you think. All right. Gonna see you tomorrow. We're gonna do a revision of the same. Gonna go back and see, break it down and see how it happens. Then we're gonna look on tomorrow's market, what to expect. All right, everybody, have a good one. Take care. Ciao, ciao, guys. For now. All right, bye bye.